Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, I got a 2010 Mazda 3. Customer's complaint has got a transmission issue. That's really all he said. Now, interesting thing with this vehicle is we had it in here 10 months ago for a transmission issue, and the transmission control module had failed. We had told them at the time, and not that it had failed completely, but one of the circuits inside the control module wasn't allowing something with the shifting. I don't recall exactly what. I think it had to do with the driver to shift third gear. And we told them, okay, well, here's the thing. I don't remember the mileage on this. We told them, considering the mileage and everything else, we could put a module in this thing, a transmission control module, and then you could wind up with a transmission problem, because with it not shifting or doing whatever it was doing at the time, you could have ruined the transmission. But the customer decided they want to put the module in anyway. Just looking at the mileage. It's got 205,000 miles on it. It's got a check engine light too, so I got a scanner hooked up. I want to see what that is. I want to come under here and I will check the fluid. So here, pull the stick out. And it's pretty dirty looking. Give it the old sniff test. It don't smell good. Woo! That's got a rank to it, let me tell you. Woo! All right. Let's see what codes this thing has. Let me close this hood. All right, hood closed. Alright, well now it's got a 606 control module processor, but that's in the engine. The transmission is normal this time around. Alright, let me send this to me. Now, in case you guys were wondering, I've mentioned this before. This launch scanner that I got was under $500, and I can honestly tell you, this does everything my Snap-on scanner does, except the troubleshooter thing that Snap-on scanner has, but you can't access it once you're out of date on your programming. So I'm waiting to get my update so I can actually see that again. But this does absolutely everything that scanner does, and that scanner was $4,000. So anyway, let me send myself this report, and we're gonna go from there. All right, so report, share. This is something my other scanner will not do, my Snap-on scanner. That's one thing I really like about this, is I can send myself the report. Okay, so we're gonna go back. What I want to do is I'm gonna clear codes. I don't know if it'll allow me to do it with the car running. It might. Okay, so it put the light out. Let's take this thing for a ride and see what it actually does on the road. I know nothing other than transmission problem, transmission issue. So let me get my seatbelt on and we're gonna go for a ride. All right, so I'm over here in Mexico. I gotta have the windows down on this thing because the fragrance in here is kind of overwhelming. Yeah. So anyway, the transmission shifts perfectly fine. I don't know what they're talking about. It shifts absolutely fine. The front struts are shot on this thing, like blown out shot. Let me go up the back road here, so you can hear any noise. The tranny shifts perfect. Can you hear that? I hope that clunking noise is coming through on the video. I apologize for the background noise. Like I said, I gotta have the windows open. and this thing bounces like crazy. See how long it took to recover that? It just takes forever to recover. Front struts are shot. But I really don't feel anything wrong with the transmission. Surprised because the fluid's cooked. You never want to change fluid on a transmission with this kind of mileage on it, though, I'll tell you that much. You hear that clunking? But yeah, let's get it back to the shop. I'm going to see if they even want me to look it over. They might not. They may not want to fix anything. Alright. But let me get back to the shop first, and then we'll see if they want me to even look it over or not. Because otherwise we may just end this video. But we're going to find out when we get back to the shop. So I decided to take a look at the car anyway, since I can't get a hold of the customer yet. So that clunking noise in the front is the sway bar end link. So here we are on the passenger side. And this is the sway bar here, that's the link there. But if I grab it, you can actually see the bottom there moving around. Replace those in pairs. So, but the struts themselves are shot the way this thing was bouncing and whatnot. I got a funny feeling this car sits a lot because what the smell inside is almost like a moisture smell. And since this thing had other codes in it, and they seem to be a bunch of low voltage codes, or not a bunch, but a couple of low voltage codes, I'm wondering if the PCM may have gotten spiked or something by a jump start. I don't know, I can't tell. The battery's from 2022, so it's not like it's a brand new battery. It doesn't look like it was just changed, but it does look like one of the battery terminals might have just been changed. So maybe they were having an issue. Battery voltage can do some weird things. Possible, because I cleared out the code and it never came back. So, and it shifts fine. The transmission shifts perfectly fine. So, I don't know. I think we're just going to wait to hear from the customer and then go from there. What am I looking at here? Hold on. It's just looking at the backside of the rotor. But that's actually okay. I could tell the pads themselves are still okay. All right, so really, that's about it. Not a whole lot to see here. Until the transmission starts doing something, what can I do? There's nothing I can actually do. So, all right, well, that's what I go through on a daily basis. So, all right, hopefully you got something out of that video. If you did, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.